But the intuition, that gut feeling that comes up, that's first. There's something happening and you feel, oh, why am I feeling this knot in my belly? And, oh, what do I have to do now? Oh, just ignore it and go on. And that's why people get disattached from their intuition. I think everybody has this. Everybody has, when you walk in a room and you think, there's something happening here, but I don't know what. And then you go on and talk about things, and in the evening you think, oh, I think I just knew it.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Starwolfunity podcast. And today we have Susan, the owning director of Response Institute in Roermond, where I follow the NLP courses that I'm following, and also the hypnotherapist.
Managing director, hypnotherapist, and hypnosis trainer, and NLP trainer also.
All of those things sounds very interesting. How are you doing, Susan?
I'm doing good. I've got a lot of hats on my head when I'm at Response and outside of Response. So I like all these functions, different kinds of things.
And Kelly, can you tell the people a bit about yourself? Who is Susan?
Okay. My name is Susan Theelen. I'm married. I've got two sons who are 20 and 23. And what would you like to know? There's a lot of things to talk about.
What would you like to share? Like your story, how you became to be the director of Response Institute? How that?
Well, this happened just. I've been. My original job was working with children and young adults who had troubles in their lives, who weren't able to live at home because their parents couldn't care for them or other reasons. And I've been doing that for 28 years. And the last few years of that time, I was wondering, I wanted to do more because I already did a lot of training and things like that. And I was thinking, I want to do something with NLP. It's interesting for my work. And what I think, you're just going to do that. So I got a one-day course from my husband as a present at Response Institute in Roermond. And that was in 2014, I think. Whoa. And something like that. And I went and I immediately fell in love with NLP. I thought, this is it. This is just what I need, especially for my job, I was thinking. And after that one day, I immediately wanted to do the practitioner. And at day 2, while I was training, I was thinking, this is not for my work. This is for me personal. Oh. And the whole world is going to profit from this. And that was my start in personal development also. And from that, I did the NLP Masters, did the NLP Trainer, and I did some first, made some first connection with hypnosis. And that was really...
Right?
The top of the bill. I was really thinking, NLP is fantastic, but hypnosis, that's just amazing. Because there were a lot of things at that moment that fell together. Because when I was younger, I had this kind of way of looking at the world differently than other people did. And I looked at the world as if, from a child's perspective. I had these kind of philosophy ideas of how the world, how to perceive the world. And these ideas didn't really match the world where I was living in. But I didn't feel like people didn't understand me because I just thought I'm right. I had the idea because I often said to my mother, what is time? I think time doesn't exist. I think everything is now. And she was thinking, go to your teacher and tell her about it. But, you're with your fantasy ideas.
Yeah.
But I wasn't hurt by that or something. I was just thinking, no, I'm right. So, and a lot of people said, Suzanneke with her fantasy ideas, she's living in a fantasy world. But that was my reality, because I really believed that everything is now.
Yeah.
There's only now. There's no future. There's no history. There's only now. And everything you want in your life, you can create. I really thought, and this is, I told my mother and my sisters and my teachers, everybody who didn't want to hear this, I told everybody that everything a person dreams about, everything a person thinks about, is already reality. Like when you read the books of Jules Verne, and when you read Leonardo da Vinci and all these big minds, they already lived ahead in their time.
Yeah.
But
do you think like Leonardo da Vinci connected with some idea, like the idea already existed somewhere, and he connected and he pulled it? Right?
It already exists, and at the moment that somebody creates something in his mind, even if it's not tangible here already in the present, it's already there.
Yeah.
So everything you fantasize is possible.
It's already exists. Yeah. You just pull it into reality.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's really my how do you call it? Overtuiging.
Beliefs.
Beliefs. That's really my belief from within. I just know it. It's a deeper knowing.
Yeah.
It's not only knowing with your head.
Yeah, it's
knowing
like
with your heart or something.
Yeah. Intuition.
Yeah.
It's like trusting in something that is not yet in reality yet.
Yeah.
You know, that's not yet physical.
Yeah. It's like when you want to create something, because you have the urge that you need to create something.
Yeah.
Why you want to do that, then the how is not important.
Yeah, but we got so stuck on the how, eh? Yeah.
Everything in this world is about the how.
Yeah, like you want to be a millionaire? How?
Yeah.
Always. This is the first question.
I'm not enlightened, because I always also sometimes think, but how? Oh, no, that's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's just about the why. And the how will come.
Yeah.
The how will come.
But
it's trusting.
Yeah.
Trusting that.
It's so difficult. Trust in the universe that this thing that we like, it's like some power that you can't really point out in the physical world, but your intuition kind of knows, and you have to trust that intuition.
Yeah, and that's a deeper knowing. That's a deeper inner knowing.
Yeah,
and that's something somewhere else than your brain.
Your brain, logical thinking. Yeah, it's so.
Yeah.
God damn. And how did you experience with these subjects, like trusting your intuition? Where did it brought you? Like how did you learn to listen to it?
Really, I thought when I got into NLP and hypnosis, I thought I really was thinking I'm just a control freak, and I want to live more from the heart, because I learned myself living from my head. Yeah. And I detached myself living from my heart.
We had to survive, right? Yeah. In those times, we had to survive.
And I really was... I think every child lives from the heart, and you get attached, you get detached from that part during life, during things you experience, during studies, the things that everybody tells you how to do, your parents, the society, everybody, and everybody goes their own way. But I discovered that I really wasn't that controlling. Actually, I learned myself to be, And it was really an interesting road to get attached back to my heart. And then I thought, well, I had really my career in my jobs and things like that. I realized that I really was also in touch with my intuition without knowing. Because looking back, every time I left a job or things like that, I left it just before the shit hits the fan. I always was feeling this is not the right moment for me anymore here.
Yeah.
I have to do something else.
Yeah.
So I went to do something else, and I went away, and then behind me something crazy happened.
Yeah.
And the first 2, 3, 4 times I didn't notice it. But now, knowing what I know now and learn to get attached again, I realized, I was really into my intuition there, but I didn't realize. But I really was connecting with something important of deeper knowing. Yeah.
And so that means your intuition actually, it's like a gift that you had that is more stronger than the most people, would you say?
Yeah, I don't know. I really, that you cannot...
Because I didn't have that.
You don't... I cannot say that because I cannot... it's not measurable.
Yeah.
I cannot say... I can only say that because of me, I know what I feel.
Yeah.
Because your inner experience is for everybody differently. I know that, but I cannot know how you experience things.
Yeah.
Because when things happen in the outside world, that's a neutral thing.
Yeah.
It's like when you look at the color red.
Yeah, we see.
So you have a different meaning for the color red or blue or a car or and you have different associations with that.
Yeah.
And that's the world, your inner experience. That's totally different. And you don't know. You know it's different.
Subjective, yeah.
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 But you don't know exactly how the other world of the other person is.
Yeah.
And that's where hypnosis comes by, in that I learned how to use the words differently. So when I look at my hypnotherapist hat, when I wear that, I really feel humbled, and it's a privilege to be present with somebody that gives me the trust that I can be with their deeper knowing, with their inside. It's very intimate place, I think.
Yeah, subconscious.
Yeah, with the subconscious mind of somebody else, because that's their inner world.
Yeah,
and it's a privilege, and I think it's very important to look after that with much respect.
Yeah. And you like mean helping somebody go through and guiding them through their inner journey for whatever they are struggling with or whatever they want in their life.
I mean, it's their own process, but I have the tools to guide them. It's like a tour guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have some, like, we always talk about intuition when we are in chat. So don't you feel like you have some sort of gift that you can give to the world with your intuition, that you always like knew you had?
It's an interesting question, because I don't call it like that myself, because I'm just who I am.
Yeah.
So I don't give it the name intuition or something else. But when somebody else says it's interesting that you know this or that, that's the feedback I get.
Yeah.
But I don't give it the name like that. No.
Okay. And what do you experience when you connect with that intuition part? Is that like a field that you tap into, just like quantum field? Or
well,
it's
I would like to I would like to think that I would be able to do it consciously. I'm working on that. Perhaps it's possible.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it just happens.
Yeah.
And when it's there, I think, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not conscious about it.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, I'm thinking, oh,
right.
That was that. And I just, we say it, I just say something without thinking about it. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like this whole...
There's no thinking. There's no thinking when
yeah,
you... Yeah,
we have to like... we always want to grasp
yeah.
it and rationalize it and trying to understand it, but...
That's the part of the brain that wants to understand everything and wants to analyze everything.
Yeah.
It's just 5% of our brain function. The other part is the subconscious.
Oh.
It's 95% of everything you are, how you developed yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And your intuition is, let's say intuition, like we're sticking a label on it and I say intuition. Your intuition is always, at least in my experience, always right. But listening to it is the problem.
Yeah, because you don't always want to be the intuition to be right.
Yeah. He says, dude, break up with that person.
Yeah. No, I'm not going there. And but the intuition, that gut feeling, that comes up.
Yeah,
that's first. There's something happening, and you feel, oh, why am I feeling this knot in my belly? And oh, what do I have to do now? Oh, just ignore it, and go on. And that's why people get disattached from their intuition. I think everybody has this.
Yeah.
Everybody has, when you walk in a room and you think, there's something happening here, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you go on and talk about things. And in the evening you think, oh, I think I just knew it.
Yeah.
But you go, you ignore it.
Rationalize it.
Yeah. A lot of people ignore it.
Yeah.
Are not really sure. Well, I have an example for that. When I realized I wasn't going to be happy with the work I was doing for 28 years, I had this ego thing that was saying, well, it's your pension, and you have safety, and you have 2 boys still studying, and the business of your husband is not right anymore, and money is a big issue then, But I was really, I was not very happy anymore because it wasn't giving me the recognition for myself, and it wasn't giving me the fulfillment that I needed from the work I was doing. And I was thinking, I'm going to do some self-hypnosis in the evening. And I talked to myself and I said, well, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will know what to do. I will know what to do. And I wanted to I wanted to do more training. I wanted to specialize in hypnosis training. And that was the road I wanted to take. And in the morning I woke up and was thinking, shit. I still don't know. What? I was saying like this. I thought we said, I want to know. And what happened then, I got in the car because I had to go to my work that was in Maastricht at that time. And I drove on the highway, and there was a road to the left that was going to Maastricht, and a road to the right that would go to Roermond. At that time, that was my drive to go. The choices I had to make. And I was driving, and I was thinking about things. I really wasn't paying attention to the road. And then it was like waking up, and I think, where am I driving? I was driving to Roermond, and not to my job.
Wow!
And then I thought, okay, this is really the answer. This was so I was totally laughing with myself in the car because. Yeah, I wasn't very specific to my subconscious because when you want to be when you want to have a sign, you have to be very specific.
Yeah.
How do you know that it's the right choice? And I just said I want to
Tomorrow.
know more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow is a long day.
Yeah.
So, and how? I didn't know.
True.
That was, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I experienced certain things like that too. Yeah, it's like, it's the universe has this weird ways of talking to you, but you have to like be conscious of it. Sometimes is more obvious like that, but sometimes it's very subtle.
Yeah.
Subtle. Yeah.
It's like tuning, like the radio waves.
Yeah.
You have to tune in with the right radio wave.
Yeah.
And then you have a clear. How do you say it?
Yeah, clear. How do you call it? Frequency, or let's say, you synced up with the frequency.
Then you have a clear sound of the right radio station that you want to hear.
Yeah,
and that's like that, I think, because it's about the frequency you tap into. Yeah.
How do you like? Do you experience this sometimes the problem as well? Like you have to differentiate between your let's say this is a sign, or this is some nonsense that it just happened by coincidence. Like, do you experience that problem as well?
Yeah,
And how do you fix that, or how do you like differentiate between a sign, and
I don't think I do make. I don't think I make.
Separate.
I don't think it's a separate thing. I think just something happens, and you tap into it or you don't. So I don't think that something I think that everything that happens has a meaning.
Has a meaning. There's no coincidence.
There's no wrong or right or coincidence, or it's just there at the moment that you have to see it or feel it or hear it.
But then our conscious mind goes, what does this mean? And it's not always the exact answer that you're. Yeah. Like you think about an answer, but maybe that's not the.
Yeah, because your ego sometimes wants to hear something else.
Yeah.
And then you ignore it, and then it will come back, and it come back again, and will come back again another time. Like how many times? Because the signal will get stronger.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody has burnout issues. This doesn't come from one sign. It will tap into, you're a little bit tired. I think I will. Then your ego goes, this weekend I'll have a day of a sauna, and then Monday I'm back.
Yeah.
But this will accelerate, and it will get stronger. Every time a sign for burnout or something will get stronger.
Yeah.
And you ignore it, or you just do it away like this. And that's from the conscious mind. But your subconscious wants to make something clear. Yeah. That's something wrong. Yeah. And this sign will get stronger.
Yeah.
And if you choose to ignore it, then the man with the hammer will come or something.
Yeah.
And
like
you get
learn
a
your
total
lesson.
knocker. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's also like the universe will tell you something.
Yeah.
And if you don't listen the first time, well, the next time will be a bigger sign. Or I think if there's something you need to know, it will come sooner or later.
Right. And how did when you were a young adult, right? When you were young and you were trying to figure out life, how did you use your intuition to make the right choices after, like, for example, you said the works, after you left the work, you saw...
I didn't do that consciously.
Didn't do that consciously.
That just
happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just let it. And that's... I think that's the secret of tapping into your intuition, because it's not a conscious thing. I think a lot of people in this day and age are trying to understand things that they cannot understand with their conscious mind.
Yeah.
Because I remember at one time, I often use this as an example in my training. When I was younger, there was this time I wanted to know everything. I wanted to understand everything, and I wanted to know at what time I was falling asleep. So I was laying in my bed, looking at the clock, ticking away. I had this old clock, and it like tick, tick, tick. And I was just looking. I'm going to look at the clock, and tomorrow morning I know at what time I fell asleep, and it's not possible. It's an unconscious, it's a subconscious thing that's happening.
Yeah.
You cannot consciously experience that.
Yeah.
So it's the ego that wants to know.
Control, yeah.
Yeah, it wants to control, wants to know, wants to understand, wants to have measurable things.
Yeah.
But those things in the you cannot measure it. It's
just like, it's something that we used to know, right? Like back in the day, we used to operate with that. But nowadays we operate with logic. We operate with rational thinking.
Yeah, and then you have different brain parts, and the part that we are disconnected a little bit with is the reptile part, the reptile brain, the lizard brain, the primary brain. English have different words for that part. But there's where the freeze, fight, fly, and fold instinct is. Yeah. That's the part that responds at the moment when your life is in danger.
Yeah.
But in our society, your life never really is in danger, except when you stand face to face with a lion.
Yeah.
But your subconscious doesn't know that, because when you get bullied by people, or when you lose your job or things like that, in your subconscious it's the same emotion, and from which you react. Some people will freeze, some people will put up their fists, and some people will flee, will run away.
And how do we reconnect with that intuition? Like, how would you give like simple examples to more be in tune with the frequency?
Listen to your body. Really listen to your body.
Yeah.
The language of your subconscious is your emotion, and your emotion will let you know in your body what's happening. This gut feeling, or your heart is pumping, or you get sweaty hands, or you get flashes, or all these kinds of things are a sign that something needs some attention. And you don't know what exactly, because you're not in tune with that anymore. But immediately when you feel something, we go and rationalize it. And what's happening? I have to control it. Oh, I have to go to the doctor because I'm not feeling well. And this doctor will pop some pills to control this feeling. And then you get further and further away from that instinct feeling, because that's what your subconscious is telling you something.
Yeah.
And you're choosing to ignore it.
I had this thought with me all the time, like when the pharmaceuticals and all the stuff, these are trying to control us by not letting us being in touch with our intuition. And when we are in touch with our intuition and our pineal gland and this higher field of existence, you can make the right decisions in order to achieve your ideal self, to free yourself from all of these systems that they built in place. Because the intuition is always, I think this is also true. The intuition is always right, but all of this, like for example, the toothpaste and everything that you have is like keeping you away from that, trying to disconnect you from that intuition part. Because I don't know if that's true or not, but like I had this conversation with Roy as well. Like you can move things telepathically, but we forgot how to do that.
Yeah.
And nowadays we are starting to wake up more or less, but then just that intuition part is very strong. But that is exactly how to, it will navigate you through the, like let's say you're getting followed by 20 guys and so on. They wanna do something bad to you. Your intuition knows exactly how to rescue you.
Yeah.
But to listen to it is another part. Yeah.
That's some primary instinct that will come, and you just listen to that, because it's the first brain that's being developed when you are born.
Yeah.
It's that primary gut feeling or whatever it is. And in our society, we learn to live from the head.
Yeah.
Because we want everything to be measured and be logical, controlled, and and that's it's a pity, because when you go to the desert or something, these people are more in touch with nature, are more in touch with what's really important in life. Yeah,
it's crazy how that works. Like, yeah, it's so interesting, that subconscious mind subject, because I feel like the possibility is that there is some sort of telepathy. Like you think about someone and all of a sudden the telephone rings, right?
Yeah.
There is like this plane of field we don't yet tap into.
It's like the radio frequency.
Yeah.
I had this experience a few times, but one of them is at the time my mother was in India. My sister was getting married and I was still studying. I couldn't go and it was complicated. But my mother was in India and I was sleeping in my bed and I was hearing her voice. I was hearing, Susan, Susan. I said, really, is she already home? And I really was walking through the house to look for her, but she wasn't there. I was totally awake and I was hearing her call my name. And everybody else was in bed, but I was really hearing her. So yeah, I went to bed. No, 2 weeks later, she got home and we were talking about that. And she was thinking, oh, when was this? Oh, this was, there was full moon and she was thinking of me and she was writing me a letter at that time. So we tuned into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, that's how it works. That's the conscious brain that wants to know.
God, no.
Yeah.
I had, and this is maybe interesting to share, I had one out-of-body experience. And that was, I didn't use anything back then because I was just laying in my bed and it was so crazy. It's like you tap into a whole different dimension almost all of a sudden. I was lying in my bed. I was like 16 or something. I was like lying in my bed, still living with my father in my room. Just the TV was on. I was watching YouTube. I was lying in my bed and all of a sudden I fell asleep and then like I know a difference between a dream and that because there's like a whole different.
It's not like a lucid dream or
no, even higher.
Yeah,
lucid dreaming. It's you're conscious that you're sleeping.
Yeah,
I was now literally out of my body.
Yeah, I know.
it's so crazy to explain it because sure, but
I know.
But like lucid dreaming, I also experienced that. You can do anything you want in lucid dreaming, but you are conscious that you're sleeping.
Yeah.
In out of body experience, you literally come out of your body.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And lucid dreaming we can also talk about, but the out of body experience was the heaviest one that I experienced. Like I never used drugs back then, like or psychedelics or whatever. I just came out of my body out of nowhere, and you saw this string. There was this string from my belly to the body.
Yeah,
it was crazy. And I lifted up out of my body. And I saw myself like literally lying there, and I looked up, and like the ceiling was all gone, and it was like the universe, like sky, just like the night sky with very clear stars, you know. And I just thought it was just a thought, like how would it be to be there, and all of a sudden
you were there.
I was there, and I was like. I saw the earth and I was like all of it in space basically. And I was just looking around, but it was short-lived because after that I heard voices. It was very scary because it was like voices that it felt and sounded like some multiple people wanted your body.
Yeah.
Because you're vulnerable for some reason in that period. And I heard multiple voices and I was scared, and all of a sudden I was like, I thought about going back to my body. Oh shit, I want to go back to my body. And then, but I couldn't move for a while. Yeah. It was just like, I was awake, but I couldn't move. And I still heard the voices.
Yeah.
I was awake and I was like, I need to wake up. I need to wake up. But I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then I'm like doing like this whole twitching part,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was still awake, but I still heard the voices like die down, but still heard the voices.
You were about 16.
16, yeah.
When I was about 16, 17, I had a similar experience.
It's like crazy how that works.
I had an experience laying in my bed. I was awake. I was not sleeping, but I couldn't move.
Yeah.
Only my eyes were going and my body totally was numb.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard this voice, somebody who was laughing at me, but in an evil way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was it then?
I don't know.
Just laughing at you?
Yeah, in an evil way laughing. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I thought it was very scary.
Yeah.
I was really scared.
I was shit scared.
I was really scared.
Because I thought I was going to lose my body. But there was like voices, the whispering. Like, I don't know. I didn't understand what they were saying because they were so, I don't know what language they were even speaking. But you hear all of this. And then all of a sudden, I was so scared because it was getting louder and louder. Yeah. And then vloop, I got back into my body and then I was awake, but I still heard the voices. Yeah. And I couldn't move for a while.
Yeah. But my first I also had out of body experience, but totally different from yours. But in my first real deep one of the deepest hypnosis sessions I ever experienced, it was like being behind me with some. It's like a cord, but it's more of an energy flow thing. Yeah. And when I moved, I just I was behind me. Yeah. Yeah. You
saw yourself
sitting.
I
saw myself and everything in the room I could see.
Cool.
And I had a difficult time getting back into my body.
Yeah.
Because somebody woke me up and I was walking around, but I still had the feeling that I was here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It came okay, but at that time, that was weird experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this interesting subjects I'll talk about, like intuition. I like to talk about intuition with you. And for example, let's say lucid dreaming. Did you experience lucid dreaming?
Once.
Okay, how was yours?
I practiced a very long time and I thought it's so interesting. When I can get out of my body, I think I can do some lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
And I read about it and YouTube and podcasts and things like that. And I thought, I'm going to practice. So I had some practices, how you start to sleep and how you the methods, what you can do, and some meditation before sleeping and things like that. And at one time, I asked somebody to hide something, a stone, in a different room, and I wouldn't know where. So I would have, but it would be inside. So when I was walking look around, I could see it. Yeah. But I didn't know where. So we did that experience. So, and first night, second night. So I don't know what night it was, but at one moment, I woke up in the morning and I said, "Oh, this is there and there on the cupboard, on the top shelf," and it was there.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that night, I looking back, I think I just stood up and I saw myself in the bed, and I was really, I'm sleeping, but I'm walking, and I can fly. I can fly.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I flew through the house.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works.
And I found the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. And then all of a sudden...
So there was only once. After that, I didn't know.
But maybe you didn't. Did you try it afterwards?
No, I thought I can.
I can do it. Yeah.
Now I go on try and do something else. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. It's like my experiences with lucid dreaming weren't always the best ones, because when I lucid dream, of course, I had this method. Like I heard this also in YouTube. Somebody else had another method, but it was kind of similar. When you listen to whatever people are saying in that field, it doesn't sound very well. that's like tricks to know how you know that you're lucid dreaming. So I have multiple ones. Like if you count your fingers, like, and then I start with the thumb as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then it starts going. Like maybe you have like all of a sudden 7 fingers.
20 fingers.
Yeah, 25 fingers, and then you start knowing. Oh yeah, this is a dream. Or when somebody is saying something, sometimes if you listen closely, you hear like certain things that is not aligned or not right. You know, it's not clear what they're saying, and all of a sudden you will know. Or you like pinch yourself, and you will know as it doesn't hurt. You know, or saying I am awake, and if you're saying I am awake, it doesn't sound I am awake.
Yeah.
You know, that's like certain tricks that you do in your daily life to make a routine, just like count your fingers out of.
Yeah, they said that first I pinch my hand, and then I know I'm sleeping, or I know I'm awake.
Yeah, exactly. And certain times it works, but certain times when I also happens when I say like, oh yeah, I have 20 fingers, you know, oh yeah, that's normal. Yeah, like fingers. That's normal.
When you're in hypnosis, you also think,
oh yeah, it's normal. Yeah, that's so stupid.
There's something in the back that's saying that's not normal, but I have 20 fingers. You just accept it.
Yeah. Oh,
that's kind of like a hypnosis state. You just accept as it is.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, so when I did lucid dreaming, right? So I all of a sudden realize that you're breathing. Then all of a sudden it's like you go into this wormhole for 5 seconds, and then you notice that you're sleeping in this bed, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm sleeping, but just don't wake up. You still close with your eyes, not eyes closed, but still relaxed, and all of this in this frequency, I think beta or theta or alpha or whatever frequency it was. And all of a sudden you accept it, and then you fall back into the other like your spiritual self or whatever, like you're walking in this plane. It is Earth, you know, it is the same, but it's much more darker for some reason, like a little bit darker, and there is like how do you call it, entities. It sounds crazy, but there's entities walking, like some abnormal humans,
some between world or
something. Yeah, it is like not human. It's like I had this one creature that was like, it was big. It's, you know, Slenderman? Have you? Yeah. Without the white face, it has like a really scary, black face or whatever. And it's just walking around, you know? It's just minding his own business. Just, I don't know, from the streets or whatever. It was one time in Turkey, and I just, out of nowhere, just lucid, I don't know how old I was, like 11 or, I don't know. I was with my mother. Just all of a sudden, I just woke up, walking down the street, and it's night. I wasn't scared. Like, back in the day, I was shit scared of the dark. But when I was lucid dreaming, it's like normal. Yeah. It's like nothing is happening. And you had these entities from the streets. Like there was the street light, entity walking from this. It's like shadowish, blackish guys walking left to right.
But you just see it.
Yeah, it's just normal. What the fuck? Yeah, I would be shit scared, you know, when I saw that shit. Oh, and you can do things, but if you're scared and you try to run, you just stay in one place. Yeah, that's true. So don't try to run. Mostly you can fly.
It's like on a treadmill.
Treadmill, but never-ending treadmill, you know. Oh man! And with lucid dreaming, just like you said, you can see certain things that you couldn't see in the real world. Like you go to through doors, through walls, through everything.
Everything is possible.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's.
I remember when I was younger, I always had the premonition dream about when I would get sick. There was this feeling, and there was this dream, and I was in space. But I had this feeling that I was being pushed into a corner by something invisible, like a balloon, like something very soft. And I was pushed into it. And then when I woke up, I knew that I would be sick in 3 days or something.
Whoa.
So that was, that's perhaps also an intuition thing. Because I always had these kind of dreams when something would happen.
Crazy, yeah.
And I didn't think about anything about that. It was just like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't strange for me.
Yeah.
Because it was true.
It was just, true.
It was just like that. So
I think we have a superpower by that. You know,
I think so.
I think like normal people will close that part, but for some reason we didn't close that part.
Yeah.
Because we knew there was something in us that said, no, this feels true. This feels right. And like, I believe at least we have a mission to bring that to the world. That's why it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
There's a reation
I think everybody has a mission.
Yeah, exactly. But like
way.
our mission is like to... Yeah. I feel one of my deepest missions, I'm going to say it, but I don't know if it's... I feel like it's true. My rational brain is thinking, are you sure? You know? Telepathy is going to come to this world. Just like we...
Somewhere.
Sometime. Yeah. But I believe like I will have, how do you say it? A contribution to telepathy.
Yeah.
Just like communicating without saying any word. And because imagine how that will be, right? Okay, this is a side tangent. Imagine how telepathy will be when I'm using words to describe how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. But this stems from just trying to protect you, saying, hey, there's a tiger behind you, and making voices, and then you will know there's a tiger behind you. But imagine there was like a way of communicating where I look into your eyes, and in 1 second you knew exactly what I was saying, how I was feeling, and what I'm trying to communicate.
Yeah.
Imagine
That's
how much
more than words, because then you tap into the deeper part, I think.
Yeah. Imagine how much relationships will be saved. Imagine how much political problems will be solved. How everything will be gone. You don't even need the phone anymore. You know, everything will be solved because all of these barriers are just taken away.
Yeah.
Of course, the pharmaceuticals for the big people cannot profit from me anymore because
no. But I don't think if a world would look like that, then there would be a totally different world.
Yeah. But I think like, and that's what Roy Martina also was saying, your intuition will guide you to that. Because your rational brain, these people are too smart, too powerful to keep you away from your intuition, from that tapping into that telepathy part. But if you figure out a way to create create your intuition, how to listen to him, then you can manage the world that you want to come to that telepathy part. You know what I mean?
I understand what you... Yeah.
That's exactly like what I believe. Like we need to put this thing onto this earth, because I believe also we knew how to do that. Something inside me says that we knew, but something happened, and after that we forgot. Yeah. You know. Yeah. I believe like.
Yeah, and even that, I think everything has a reason. Yeah. Even that has had a reason. It's like when I have somebody who has some unsolved trauma. Yeah. And we're going to do some sessions. There's a reason why somebody forgot something. Yeah. And there's a reason why somebody disattached from that feeling because of a trauma or things like that. And there's also always a time for healing, and perhaps the world is in time for healing now. And things that happen have a reason, even traumatical things. Yeah, I think that makes you the person who you are. That makes the world who it is. Yeah, the big traumas for the world are the big wars and the big nature disasters and.
But it has its teachings, right?
Yeah, really. Yeah. I think like Corona, I think it brought a lot of good also. Yeah. I would like to see it that way, because when you only look at the bad stuff, that keeps you away from changing it. Yeah. You can have two choices. You can choose to be the victim, or you can choose to learn from all the failures and all the disasters and all the trauma and go the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Don't play the victim, but just use the yeah.
Because it can also make you stronger.
Exactly.
And a lot of people choose to
play the victim.
To feel like the victim and stay there, stuck there forever.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works, but that's like that was a side tangent.
Yeah, but it's understandable,
right?
From the ego part, and it's understandable that people choose that because everybody Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, like also the did you experience also the psychedelic part about your intuition? Like, what do you think psychedelics is for? Why did it like became such a thing in, like, let's say Earth? What is psychedelics for? What did Mother Earth give us the psychedelic for?
No, I think that's.
Did you experience, by the way?
Yeah, I had a few ayahuascas and things like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I see. I don't see it as fun.
Yeah.
It's not for recreational use for me. It's pure therapeutic.
Yeah.
And I see when you would like to, and I never recommend it to anybody, but I also do not say you don't have to do that. It's really your own choice, because I don't think it's for everybody. But I think when you really want to get the ego out of the way, then there's no way with the ego will go.
There is no another option or something. The ego is like, bye bye. I'm gonna go away for 6 hours.
And it's amazing that afterwards the solutions are so simple.
Yeah, everything is clear.
And but it's not only knowing, it's deeper knowing.
Yeah.
So
why am I stressing?
I knew that already, but I didn't feel it.
Yeah. It's so stupid. Yeah. It's like your rational brain wants to, or your little.
That's a control part.
Ego part. Yeah, like I want to control. No, I am being control. And all of a sudden, you take, for example, psychedelic mushrooms or ayahuasca. It's like nope, it goes out the window, and all of a sudden you're so like out of control, and you're almost in the purest form, right?
Yeah. And there's only now.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Yeah.
I remember just when you drink the ayahuasca, or when you just feel going into it, I was like, oh my God, why? Why did I? Okay, and then just go.
And then
surrender.
It goes, yeah. And then you go like with this wave, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Like, I'm also curious about the experiences. Let me start from my experiences. Like, I never did ayahuasca. I'm going to in the future. But when I did psychedelic mushrooms, like, for example, to be clear, and to disclaimer, if you're using these type of, let's say, plant medicine, actually it is plant medicine.
Yeah.
If you're using it to get fucked up, for example, with friends on a party, you're gonna get fucked up, right? Yeah. Like it gives you what you want,
but it will give you what you need.
Yeah, also. But in those circumstances, like it doesn't do the job, because you use it in a wrong way. Just like alcohol, you're drinking alcohol, or you use it to heal a wound.
For me, the most important part is that you have to have a good guidance.
Yeah.
That the people who are with you, that you have to, don't do it alone.
Yeah.
I really think that the places where I've been, there was somebody who was guiding you through it, and somebody who was watching over.
Yeah.
And that is for me the most important part, because you are not in control anymore, and somebody has to take care of you. Has to protect you if it's needed.
Yeah. Has the best intentions.
Yeah. And that's very important, I think.
Otherwise, you will create literally another trauma. Yeah.
Because you're on the boundary of psychosis.
Yeah.
You're walking a line. You're walking a fine line.
Yeah.
And I think that you have to take your own responsibility there for let somebody who knows what he's doing watch over you.
Yeah. I had, of course, when I had my first my first trip ever, like first, let's say, experience was from LSD, and it was a strong one as well.
Okay.
But I had like such a high luck that my first girlfriend, she was so caring and nurturing for me that she was like literally there for at that moment. And when I had my first experience, I was like literally, damn, that's like all of this traumas that I had was finally starting to open, and I saw everything that bothered me back in the day. And like the experiences that I got, it was such in a fine environment. She was taking care of me, and I saw what I was missing and what I was like going afterwards. All of my life.
It's so clear.
Yeah, everything is clear. But I did it in a right environment with the right people, with the right intention, with the right circumstances. The music, the surroundings, the smells.
And you prepare also, huh?
Yeah, and it was subconscious. I just like, it was almost, if you say dumb luck, but maybe it was meant to be like that, you know. And I had so much experiences where there was this one moment where like I was in the shower, and all of a sudden I was in a big trance, right? And it was like somebody literally came up to me and in front of me, and they said like, if you want to leave, we can go, but I don't think you're ready. You have like so much things to do, but if you can leave now, we can leave, you know. And I was like, nah. I was like a kid. Nah. I will stay here, you know. And she just went left, you know. And all of a sudden, I just opened my eyes again. Like, what the fuck just happened? Like all of these crazy experiences. And one of the most like transformative experiences, when I literally like, I was so religious back then. I was like real. I was Islamic Muslim, but I was such a religious person and such like strict. I have to like have this woman and this type of, and she needs to have this type of, you know, all of this.
All the rules.
All of the Islamic rules. And all of a sudden, when I started this journey, I started to, at least for me, I started to realize they all are saying the same thing, but just in their own way. You know, they are all pointing at the same thing, but just in a different direction. Yeah, that's true. They are all pointing at the same thing, but someone is seeing the circle, and the Islamic world sees the circle. Like there's an object, but it depends on where you watch it, right? Yeah. If you watch it from the side, you will see a triangle, and you will say the Islamic world will say it's a triangle. God is triangle, but this is God, let's say. Yeah. And Christians look from the bottom to that thing, and it's a circle. It's a circle, and it says God is a circle. They're both saying the right things, but they're just looking from their own perspective. Yeah. And that is exactly what I realized when I was, what the psychedelic did. Okay, just gonna spill it out, forget. So I missed when my mother lives in Turkey, right, and my father lives here. I missed a mother figure in my life, and I lived a long time without her. And when I finally had a girl who literally like take care of you and will nourish you, and when I was using this psychedelic plant medicine, there was like, you reached such a high peak of happiness that your subconscious mind says, okay, now you reach this peak. Here you have all of the bullshit you can start to heal. And I was like crying, but like happy crying, you know. and
did you experience like, where's this water coming from? And when it's going to end, then I'm empty.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, yeah. Of course, this is maybe sound too intense, maybe whatever. Or I was just saying to her, I'm gonna lie on your breast and just let me do my thing. And I just cuddled her, and I was just crying, and I was just like, also laughing at certain points, but like really crying. And she's like, are you okay? I'm just let me. For some reason I have to cry. And I saw like this, of course you see patterns and all of the things. I was looking at her, and she was literally like this goddess, you know. Like it was meant to be. Everything was so aligned all of a sudden. And I reached such a high point of comfort that I reconnected with my kind of the inner child, because my inner child was at this like safest when I was with my mother, and like this connection that I made caused me to open a door to my whole pain wounds and all of the things that I should work on. It was just like a gift from the universe. It says like, it's like I'm visual. And I saw just a plate who was just, when you cleaning, and the dishwasher. You washed it, and then you just put it back in. That's the visual I got. Yeah. And all of a sudden it said, here, you are clean now. Just proceed with your journey.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she was like, I was saying, I understand. She's like, what do you understand? I'm like, I understand. I'm like, what crazy. Yeah. And all of these experiences while meditating, I literally I had a cat back then, and I literally talked to that cat in my subconscious mind. And the cat was like, yeah, I know what you've been through, so it's all okay, man. Just don't worry.
The cat knows everything.
Yeah, the cat. Always the cat, eh? The cat was like oh man.
I have 3 cats.
Yeah. So crazy. The cats are like very...
they know how I feel.
Yeah. They were, oh man, always the crazy cat. Like when I felt at my lowest, he just comes to my shoulder, just crawls up, and then just starts purring, right, out of nowhere. Yeah. The thing knows.
Yeah. I had one of the cats that doesn't live anymore, Bartje. He knew before I was pregnant. He knew I was pregnant.
Cool.
Because at one certain point. In the evening, he came to bed with me and he started crawling up to my belly and started purring about 15 minutes every evening. And at one time I knew, I'm pregnant. And I thought,
the cat knew.
From the moment I was pregnant, he did that. And all during all pregnancy, he did that.
Wow.
Walking,
just coming
to my stomach and purring for 15 minutes or something. And when I came out of the hospital, because I had to go into a hospital for a time after delivering, this cat also, about 10 days, he brought me food. So squirrels and rats and birds and nobody could take it off him because he was looking for me and he put it in front of my feet.
Yeah, wow.
He was really taking care of me.
God.
And even in raising, that was our oldest son, Bas, when he was still a baby and Bas was grabbing his fur, the cat was doing like this, but doing nothing, just like this. And when my son was about the age he was crawling and rolling about, he would tap his fingers with a very soft paw. So watch it, huh?
You watch it.
Watch it. It's not okay.
Yeah.
And when he was walking and he would grab him, he would yank with his... So he knew, now he's old enough to know, take your hands off me.
Yeah, wow.
So he was raising
the child,
my son also. Very nice. Yeah. So about cats have this
intuitive, these
interesting. Yeah.
The cat knew, and I saw my cat in one of my it was like kind of a lucid dream when I was again high on my psychedelics, and I was like meditating while my girlfriend was next to me. And all of a sudden I saw the cat, like literally when I was, she was sleeping and I was like literally kind of in a meditative state, and it was night. And all of a sudden I just jumped into this new world. And the cat was like, back in the day I had like crazy experiences in Turkey. There's like street cats. There was like crazy experiences with cats. And he said like, I know what you have been through. It's all okay now, you know, you don't have to worry about. And I was like crying all of a sudden, you know. I was like, how do you know, you know? And you see the cat, it's like him. He was very, very, I think he was like 2 years old. It was like this. And you see a human inside of him and standing. And that is the child that he was before this life.
Okay.
You know? Crazy. And he was just... When the one is, they don't speak, like their mouth doesn't speak, but they just like...
It's like telepathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah.
And they were just saying, it's okay, don't worry, you know? I understand.
I think one of the most profound experiences with ayahuasca was, it's like when you go to a movie and you see all these kinds of movies in front as a preview.
Yeah.
First, I got a preview what I was going to get. We're going through all layers of emotions, and then I would get out, and then straight to the bottom emotion. And I was in this kind of a world. It looks like a Japanese temple with all these big dragons in front of it with the iron rings in the noses. And there were breathing smoke, very dark gray smoke, and I had to go through them to get to the other side, but because there was a very beautiful garden on the other side, and I had to go. It's like a Japanese, all these pink flowers and Chinese, very overdone, the top, colorful
trees, and gardens.
I had to go there, but I had to go by these dragons, and they were all attached with a big chain through their noses, and they were really, really vicious and angry. I was scared, but not totally. But I was thinking, but I have to go there. Yeah. How do I do this? And I got all my courage together, and I walked to one side. And I was thinking, if I yank the chain, it will come out of their noses. And but what is happening? Then they will be loose. And, just do it. We will see. So this happened. I took the chain out, and then they all changed into little small dogs, the little Jack Russells. Yeah. with this how do you say it? The masks in Venice, these Venetian masks on their face. All these little Jack Russells, and they were coming up to me. I was thinking, these are my beliefs, what I was thinking about myself, and I just changed them all because they're not evil, and that they just want, they want to have some attention. Yeah. And then I walked by, and these dogs were just shaking their tails and being happy and barking a little bit sometimes. But I walked into the garden. And then these Jack Russell's dogs were playing, and one of the dogs came up to me and started barking very hard and loudly, and I was saying, I can see you. I hear you. Just go and play. And then he said, okay.
And then I just start playing.
And then I say, just let go. Some things you cannot just let go. And if one of these things needs some attention, it will come to me, and it will present itself in one way or the other. Yeah. And that's, perhaps that's your intuition playing up for, or there's something I need to give attention to. Yeah. If I'm feeling something, or if I have a headache, or if I have your heart is pounding, or your stomach is growling, or something like that.
It's crazy.
And then in the same experience, I met a slug. And this was he was going very slow. And I was thinking, get on with it. Yeah. Come on, get on with it. No, take your time. Just breathe. So those are the lessons that you learn, and you get out of it and say, I know that. I have to breathe. It's the only thing you need to do is just breathe.
Just breathe.
Foot on the ground and just breathe. Take your time, and if you need some attention for something that's bothering you,
take your time.
Take your time and just breathe.
Yeah. It sounds so simplistic, but it is actually very powerful. Yeah.
Because breathing is one of the things that doesn't have any judgment.
Yeah. It's just being.
Your thoughts have judgment. But when you breathe and you focus on breathing doesn't have any judgment. It doesn't have any thoughts. It's like a dog or like an animal that's just there.
Crazy,
without judgment.
Yeah. It's just so simple, but it's so effective. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Just breathing. Focus on the breathing, just in the rhythm. Yeah. Everything depends on it. Yeah. Crazy.
I mean, I think the human body, everything is just miraculous. Just how it works.
Right?
Yeah. Just the heart, how it pumps.
Yeah. I mean, try to rationalize it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What pumps it, right?
Everybody is a walking miracle.
What pumps it? We don't even know how this thing functions, so we stop a chip in it.
Yeah.
We start with electronics. Yeah. Trying to create something else, but we don't really understand what's this whole body capable of, right? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And like I see that we're almost in time now. Do you have anything else to share to the audience that you like would give a message to?
Well, I would like to tell everybody and you that trust your gut feeling.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
Just trust what you feel, and don't try to understand it, because perhaps the feeling is first, and understanding will come later.
Yeah, it is just the first like millisecond of feeling that you have to listen to, right?
Yeah. And trust the process. Trust that it knows.
Yeah. Start as part. Yeah.
So it's a deeper knowing.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And lately, last question. I think this question fits by you the most. What would you, if you had the power to go back in time to your younger self that was like 16 years old, and if you could give a message to that younger self, what would that message be?
That you're okay the way you are, and that you follow your dreams.
Yeah.
And you can listen to what everybody's saying, and you can hear their advices, but look if it's okay for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do what everybody's saying. You don't have to. Sure, you can listen to advices from your parents and from your teachers and from all the people who had a long life, but their advices are mostly from the things they regretted they didn't do.
Yeah.
And that's not for you to resolve. You have to do. You have to take your own path.
Yeah. It's like, what would they say? The people who had the most regrets before they died was not that the things that they did do, but they didn't do. Yeah.
But that's not your way.
Yeah.
That's the way for them.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works. But yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for coming to this podcast, and it was such an honor to speak to you.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
And we will see each other Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh God, it just still keeps going. Like literally, that's so awesome to really experience and assist to in the course. So there's like the NLP course we are doing, and tomorrow she's gonna teach, and I'm gonna assist her on the course.
There's a full day planned, so we will see.
We will be ready.
Yeah.
I don't even like go back. I will come with you. Oh no, awesome! But thank you for coming, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, for me too. So, hi.
Thank you all guys for watching this video. If you like the video, please drop a like. And if you want to watch more of these type of videos, subscribe. And if you have anything to share, please let us know in the comments below. And see you all guys in the next video. Peace.